The day I finally found the courage to open the album, it was raining. Not a violent, dramatic storm, but a quiet, persistent drizzle that matched the ache in my chest. The album had sat on the top shelf of the hall closet for 2 years, gathering a fine layer of dust that felt like a burial shroud. It was the last ghost of our life together I had yet to face. I carried it to the living room, its weight, a familiar heaviness in my hands, and placed it on the coffee table. The leather binding was still pristine. The gold lettering of our names still shone. It was a perfect lie. At some point, after the divorce, you finally find the courage to open your wedding album, and suddenly you realize that frame can cut deeper than any knife. There it is, 2 people smiling as if the universe itself had bent in their favor. And for a second, you don't even recognize yourself. Who are those glowing faces? Who are those hands holding tight to a forever that never came? My hand hovered over the first page, hesitant. My mind, however, had already flown back. I could smell the perfume of the lilies in my bouquet, feel the coarse silk of his tuxedo jacket against my cheek as he whispered a joke in my ear. I could hear the distant murmur of our friends and family, a collective cheer that felt like a blessing from the heavens themselves. That moment felt untouchable, a piece of magic encased in amber. But the truth was, it wasn't. It was fragile, a bubble waiting for the pinprick. Why do the bride and groom always look so beautiful? Why were our smiles so wide? Why did we glow like that? That glow, I now understood, was borrowed from a future we thought was ours. It was the light of hope burning inside us, painting our faces more beautifully than any brush ever could. We weren't beautiful because of love. We were beautiful because of hope. The hope that we were about to embark on the grandest adventure. The hope that we would always be each other's soft place to land. It's funny, we can cross oceans for hope, but without it, we can't even cross the room to say a word. Hope is the engine. So when did it die? Why didn't we hear the warning signs? Why didn't we fight to bring it back? The first time I saw the engine sputter was a year into our marriage. A simple disagreement about money escalated into a cold silence that lasted 2 days. The air in the house became thin, and for the first time, I felt like I was living with a stranger. The next time was a few months later, over a misplaced set of keys that somehow turned into a lecture on my carelessness. His words weren't just words, they were tiny nicks at the beautiful frame we had built. We didn't hear the warning signs because they didn't come with sirens. They came as a slow, quiet fade, like a car's headlights dimming on a deserted road. We were so busy pretending to be happy that we forgot to be real. We didn't fight to bring it back because we didn't know it was gone. We just lived in the echo of a memory, of that beautiful day, of that unshakable hope. The slow death of a marriage is 1,000 paper cuts. It's the silent car ride after a fight. It's the moment he looks at you and his eyes are somewhere else. It's the way you flinch when he raises his voice, even just to call your name from the other room. It's the realization that you have become two parallel lines, walking side by side, but never truly touching. Our fights weren't epic battles. They were exhausting, repetitive cycles of misunderstanding and emotional withdrawal. He would retreat into silence, and I would fill the space with a manic, nervous energy, trying to fix a leak with a band-aid. We weren't enemies. We were just two people who had run out of hope. I turn the page, and there is the photo of our first dance. Our hands are clasped, our eyes locked, and our smiles are so wide they reach our ears. We looked like we were the only two people in the room. But I remember that moment differently now. I remember my stomach twisting with anxiety about the choreography we'd learned, and the way he had squeezed my hand so tightly it hurt. The photos captured the performance, but they missed the reality. They missed the moments before the dance, when he snapped at me for messing up a step. They missed the moment after, when he let go of my hand and walked to the bar, leaving me alone in the middle of a crowd. I don't think love is gone, because if it was, I wouldn't still think of you every damn single day since you left. The thought of her is a phantom limb. I feel it when I'm walking past a coffee shop we used to frequent, when I hear a song that was ours, when I watch a movie we both loved. The memories are not a choice. They are an involuntary reflex, an unwanted, jarring reminder of a life that once was. It's a strange kind of love, the kind that survives only in the absence of the person you love. It's not the love that makes you glow. It's the love that haunts you, a ghost in the ruins of your own heart. I flip through the pages, each photograph a fresh stab of reality. My mother and his father laughing together, their faces a portrait of pure joy. My grandmother, who passed away a year later, dancing with my younger brother, her face lit up like a little girl's. Our families had danced until dawn, a beautiful tapestry of love and support, woven together by the threads of our union. And then we had unwoven it all. We had given them a beautiful illusion and then exhausted them with our chaos. We had turned their hope into weary pity. But now, with all the sadness covering my face, could I ever take photos like that again? Could your voice sing gently for someone else after all the words you hurled at me? Could vows ever sound holy again after we turned them into lies? Could our families still dance until dawn after we exhausted them with our chaos? I closed the album, the sound of the leather cover snapping shut echoing in the silent room. The rain outside has stopped, and the sun is beginning to break through the clouds, casting a weak, watery light on the floor. I look at my reflection in the dark glass of the window. My face is pale. My eyes are tired, but there is a strange, new clarity in them. The glow is gone, but something else has taken its place. Something quieter, more resilient. The glow was a firework, a brief, explosive burst of light. This new feeling is more like a candle, a steady, unwavering flame that can withstand the draft. Some moments can never be recreated. That's a simple, undeniable truth. Maybe next time, I won't even bother with a photo session. Because I know no camera, no lens, no artist on earth could ever capture that glow again. But perhaps that's not the point. Perhaps the point is not to recreate what was lost, but to build something new from the wreckage. A life that is authentic, not just a performance for the camera. A love that is not about borrowed light, but about an unwavering presence. A love that this time I can actually cross the room for.